Hey everyone, thank you for stopping by Living To Do's review of Power Ghost. It is season 3, episode 3 called Human Capital. Before I get started with the review, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. We thank you in advance and we would really appreciate it. So we're getting started and we see that Braden and Tariq are with Davis suit shopping, high-end suit shopping. So why would Davis, is he in business with them like that? He knows what's up.
He definitely knows all of what's going on behind the scenes with Monet and Tariq.
Wonder why he's taking them suit shopping. We also see Lorenzo get beat up. Apparently, it was Kane that put on this hit on his dad because as a punishment, and his dad has to take the beating from the hood gangs out, the gangs, right?
I'm pretty sure some of the runners that Kane had.
Yeah.
Had,
And they just beat him up. It's a beating. His dad's getting a whooping ordered by his son, and he takes it.
Took like a man.
Because you killed his brother, so.
Yeah.
And Effie is selling drugs on school campuses. They're all summoned to the warehouse where Noma's soldiers are telling them they need to sell more product or they're going to kill their loved ones. And shows them pictures of each one's loved ones. So he knows who they are.
He's starting with Diana and then ending with Tariq's grandma. They're killing them if they don't deliver the $1 million or whatever.
Yeah.
But at least they have respect for the elders and, we'll do the elders last in line.
Yeah.
Slaughters.
My goodness. Okay, that's one way of looking at it.
That's what the guy said. He's like, oh, we respect our elders.
Yeah.
The old lady last.
So they got to act fast. They got to figure out ways to move this drugs, sell it, so they can turn the profit that Noma's looking for, or they'll start killing. All right. Then we have Whitman. He is the police officer, and he's talking to the DA and the DEA. They were working together, and he can't get access to Ramirez's phone. It's like on lockdown because what's his name? Ramirez was a cop, so cops stick together. It's the blue gang.
Yeah, Detective Ramirez. His stuff is going to be hard to get. I think they're going to need the DEA girl to help get that.
Perhaps, because they think there's some information that connects him to Monet. I mean, why wouldn't you try? It seems like they'd be working together. I guess they don't want because he was a bad cop. A dirty cop? Do they know he's a dirty cop?
They think he is now.
They think, but
the rest of the
officers don't. Yeah, but still, why don't you just give it up? What are you hiding? So we have Effie.
Real quick, just to touch on that, I'm pretty sure he said that his phone was evidence or something, but I was wondering why it's still evidence.
Oh,
it's because they haven't found the killer. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Okay, that's right. Okay, so we have Effie and Tariq at Stansfield, the college, and she's asking if she can run product there, and at first he's saying no. Is that what happened?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, all right. So it's a no from there. Now we're in the classroom. So Effie and Tariq walk into the classroom together, but they sit in different seats. And the TA comes in. And their discussion is Human Capital, which is the title of the show. And they're talking about what is it. And I think it was Diana. She says you use people. And it's like and they were just having a really intelligent discussion about who uses who, when can you use somebody, the value of people, and when they have no value. Very interesting discussion. And so... and they also, it was Tariq. He's in the discussion with the class talking about how light-skinned Keisha got that internship. had no value to them, and all of a sudden she got it. Just threw him
And
out like
Effie definitely heard a piece of that.
yeah. Effie heard that he lost his internship um at
Tate's,
with Tate,
yeah,
and that's how he got in with
Braden.
Braden at the Westons. The TA is trying to talk to Diana after class, and he tells her, "Oh, I like you. I looked up your dad on the internet, and I think that TA is the mole. You're getting in good with Diana. You're getting her a job, real close to her, and that's when Kane sees them together. Call him a hotep.
I don't know though. We'll see what's going on with dude.
Yeah, I think it's him. He sure did get in there quick. So after the TA leaves, he introduced himself. I think he had a Muslim name, but he leaves. And Kane is talking to Diana, and he gives her a gun. This is for protection. And then he notices that she's working at some, little candy shop or whatever. And he's like, oh no. And he gives her a wad of cash.
And I don't think she took the gun though.
She took the gun underneath that blue, like sleight of hand type of thing, because she didn't, she's out there in the college corridor.
Yeah, she did take it.
And he invited her to dinner at the penthouse later. Okay, so we had Whitman at Monet's bar. And he's always trying to get under her skin, and she don't want to serve him get out. And he's like, what happened to the contractor? And that was a really odd thing that he just brought that up to her. Because your place looks real nice. I got to get in touch with your contractor, he says. After she cusses him out and he gets out of the bar. And then after that, we have Monet going to Davis's office. And she comes into his law office and she's like, look, you're going to have to stop calling me and hanging up. And he's like, what? I haven't been doing that. And he pulls out the phone and he shows her, I have only made, I guess, one call or whatever. There wasn't a bunch of calls on there.
It looked like they were deleted.
Yeah, because why didn't she show him her phone?
That's what I was thinking.
All the calls would have been recorded on her phone. And so she gives him a new burner phone. And then she brings up, I'm having a problem with Whitman. And he tells her, I guess he wants her to come in and talk. But of course she doesn't want to. And Davis advised her, don't go near him.
I wonder what's going to happen with this Cooper Sachs, because he's been doing a lot of funny business around there.
Right.
Around Davis's office. Davis and Associates.
Yes. Okay. So after which, the family dinner is everybody's at the penthouse, the Tejada family, everybody except Monet. But Drew is preoccupied because he's on Grindr. We saw him earlier when the episode started, him sleeping with some guy he found, and the guy wanted to get closer to him, and he's like, he didn't want nothing of it. He gets up and go. Now he's just, because he's mad. He's mad because he lost his boyfriend, and that all went awry. I think his boyfriend and him breaking up is eating him up more than him killing that gym guy. Nick.
It is.
Yeah.
And it's also funny, in that scene, you see how, before the scene's over, there's some dude with some weird tattoo on his wrist.
Yeah.
I don't know if that comes up in the episode later.
Interesting. Yeah, what was that? Was he looking at a phone when he saw that?
It was a picture of some dude's wrist was like a card.
Yeah, I remember that.
We'll see it later in the episode.
Things always come back. And they're talking about the Connect and how to get more money, and they're going to take out the Connect. That's the plan. Now, the thing is, Drew has a great plan. And Lorenzo, everybody wants to look to Lorenzo to get the final word, final order. And Lorenzo's all listen to Kane.
Yeah, Kane.
And already Drew had better ideas, but we have to listen to Kane. We're just going to take out the connect, it was.
Yeah.
So, and everybody has to do this because Lorenzo's being blackmailed. But the other two kids don't know. Drew knows something's up, but he doesn't know what it is exactly.
They both know something's up.
Yeah, why are we talking to this idiot? He's always been the dummy of the family, even though he was the oldest. He always said that Drew had the brains, but we all got to listen to dumb Kane. Then we see Braden and Tariq. They're like in a bar or something, looking at one of the richest black men of the world in the world. And later, Braden's uncle and Tariq, they're waiting for I guess this man to descend from the stairs wherever he was doing some type of conference or talk. Mm-hmm. And they didn't go and run up to him and try to get to talk to him. They sat down in a room, an adjacent room, and the man came to them, and the man is RSJ. I guess he's going to have more of a input or more. He's going to have be seen more in the show. He's just the way he was set up. And that guy, he used to be, I know he's an actor. Maybe he's a well-known actor, but I remember him from The Wire. He was Marlowe's right-hand man. I think Chris. I think that was his name. So that's where I know him from. So RSJ goes up to Uncle Lucas and he talks to him, and they're all talking, and they're about to part ways, and Braden and Tyreek's brother walk away, but Braden and Braden's uncle walk away, and Tariq circles back and he gets RSJ's attention. And RSJ at first think, he's nice and cordial to the guy, young brother or whatever. And he's asking him questions. Something just, I guess, came to RSJ. He goes, you know why they keep you around? And Tariq was like so forthcoming. Yeah, they wanted me to appeal to you. He's like, yeah, that's right. Then that interests RSJ. He knew he didn't have just a kiss-ass type of person coming up to him. This guy is a little different than the rest, so he wants to know his name. So Tariq St. Patrick. So they're going to be working together. There's going to be more interaction with the two as the episodes unfold.
Maybe with some Noma evasion techniques Tariq might use.
Yeah,
him as human capital.
He goes, I'm using them now. I met you. So they're leaving, Tariq, Braden's uncle, and Braden, and they're leaving by helicopter. I mean, he just
choppers on the pad.
Slid right into this life. Okay, so next we have Whitman is talking to Monet and Davis. So she's brought her representative to talk to the cops. And they basically said to him, leave her alone. But then he's bringing up things like the contractor. Whatever happened to that contractor? He's showing her evidence of white vans like going to her place of business and not coming back, or things like that. Or people found dead after they missing. After they show the van going to her place of business, and the next time they see the van, it's
gone, or someone's
vanished.
Front seat.
Someone's dead.
All outside Monet's slaughterhouse.
They pay you a visit at the bar, then they vanish. And then now she was told not to talk Monet by Davis. She was advised by her attorney, don't say anything. But then she can't. This whole season of 3 episodes, we did have a crying season from her, but Monet is just putting on that harder than hard exterior every time. I'm so not entertained with that. But she can't hold back how she feels about Zeke's death, and she wants him. Why don't you go find Zeke's killer, the GTT people who killed Z? Now she brought the name GTG
into the
into
conversation,
the
and now this
conversation,
Whitman dude is all over.
and Davis is rolling her eyes like, "Shut up." But she just has that old hard exterior temper. She can't help it. And he's all telling her, "You shouldn't do this. You shouldn't do that." She goes, and she doesn't want to be harassed by this guy. She wants, so he advised her, "Why don't you go file a police report?" So there's a paper trail showing that he harassed you. We don't want him digging in and asking questions like, how did Monet pay for the defense of Davis for Zeke? Okay, so Diane and Braden's sister are in the dorm room.
Mm-hmm.
And she offers her drugs. And she knows, Diane thinks, oh, these people are lying to me. They're still doing course correct.
And then Diane takes it upon herself to go see the staff spot.
Well, she said, the sister, it's not Braden. She can tell it's not them.
But Diane knows how everything works.
Yeah, so that's true.
She could just go see for herself.
So
and then she does, and
she sees.
Lo and behold, there's Effie.
Now, how does she know the right time to go up there?
That part doesn't make sense.
She knew exactly, unless she was following her and we didn't see her follow her.
But still, Effie would have caught on to that quick.
Yeah, that's
and
true.
And how she just in the stairwell?
I think she was waiting for it to come down.
Well, how'd she know she went up there?
That's what I'm saying. She must have. How did you know she was up there?
I don't know.
Or maybe that's they just had that strangest things happen.
The writing is a little different.
Yeah,
season. Things aren't adding up properly, but
so Braden and Tariq are talking about running drugs through their job by coffee runs. And they're trying to figure out how to collect the money. They're talking about this. It'll be Wall Street course correct. And I think they're talking to... Were they talking to Kane about this? Because Kane called him a name. Flat White?
Yeah, they had a meeting and it was Kane, Drew, Tariq, and Braden.
Yeah.
And Kane said... What did he say?
What is Flat White?
I don't know. He said...
And macchiato.
Flat White and macchiato.
He was referring to them as whatever Flat White is. I never heard of that, unless I got that wrong. And now, if they make this app and they sell the drugs through the app, then they have already laundered the money. It's already clean.
Mm-hmm.
So after the meeting, Kane takes Braden aside and he goes, "I need you to kill the Connect." He's always ordering him to kill people.
Braden always turns to Kane to kill someone, and now Kane's just doing the same thing. It looks like, come here, Flat White.
Tariq goes back to Davis's office where he meets with Davis and Monet, and they talk about Whitman. And he's telling Davis is advising Tariq to stay away from the penthouse because there's surveillance there, and we don't want you caught on surveillance going to Mecca's old house. And as they're in there, somebody sees them. It was Sachs.
I don't know how Davis, Tariq, and Monet don't notice pale Cooper Sachs in the middle of the night walking down the hallway where it seems like nobody should be at this time of day.
Mm-hmm. So what he sneaks up on them and sneaks a picture of them three together. So there's a connection. Not only that, it's a connection with your boss, Davis Tariq, because they already know Tariq deals with him. I don't know if they knew
that they were connected through Davis.
Well, that Monet worked. I guess they knew Monet walks in there like she ain't trying to hide when she goes visit him.
Yeah, because Monet visited. Yeah.
So, but
it's not a secret.
It's not a secret. But
they just didn't know that Tariq and Monet dealt with Davis at the same time for the same reasons. They thought it was different times and different reasons. But Saxe saw. Yeah, because Cooper saw. He's seen Monet in there and Tariq in there. He's just never seen them
together. And his girlfriend Jenny needs to know a connection. So now he snaps a picture. He's going to use that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so after that, the DA and the DEA and Whitman are together. And they're mad at him because he's still nosing around Monet. They said leave it alone because now she filed a harassment claim. It got back to him, so they got him off the case. You're blowing our cover. He goes, Jenny said that I know your boss and you're going to get suspended. Then after he leaves all mad, the DA and the DEA are talking and they go, we need proof of Tariq and Monet conspiring together.
And the proof was just obtained. They just don't know.
They don't know it yet. That's right. So after that, Theo Rollins is in prison and Cooper Saxe is going to visit him. And I remember when, I think it was in the first season, I'm not sure if last season, but Theo Rollins is Davis's brother, and it was played by Redman. Davis is actually Method Man, and they were in a group together. But this year, it looks like they have a totally different guy playing Theo Rollins. So Saxe is reviewing the case, and he finds out with his conversation with Rollins, that there was a height discrepancy, and they should have known this right away. You're not as tall as the guy, the assailant who committed this crime. And Rollins says something like, tell my brother you check with me or something. So I think this is the first time Cooper Saxe realizes that Theo Rollins is Davis's brother.
Mm-hmm. He's putting the pieces together.
Yeah. So Braden has been tasked with the job of killing the Connect. And he's supposed to go to this church. After church, the Connect will come on out and he's supposed to kill him, shoot him. And the Connect is, I guess, a Russian guy. And so he runs up to the Connect after church acting like he's a food delivery guy. And he has an interaction with the guy. Now, Effie and Tariq are around the corner. They see all this. And the Connect's supposed to be being picked up by his goons. And so it's time for him to kill the Connect, and he stalls. So Tariq runs over, kills the Connect, and they all run into a restaurant and get away from the goons that are nearby, and they see something. Which was fast thinking on Tariq's part.
If Tariq was there half a second later, Braden's dead.
Braden would be dead. And Braden could not bring himself to kill anybody again. They get into the restaurant. Braden excuses himself so he can send a text to Kane talking about it's done. Meanwhile, Effie and Tariq are at the table talking. And he's like asking her to be, his number one girl, maybe even his wife in a way. He wants her to be like his mom, Tasha, and the dad, Bonnie and Clyde type of thing, but he called it something else. Thomasina and something, I don't know, I have to look that up.
Be something.
And he always said his mom was the brain, and he's smarter than his dad. So he wants to do this drug life? Is that what you want, Tariq?
That's what he said.
Yeah. So the Castile boys, they're the ones who will need a new connect. That's why Cain killed them so that he could be their new connect. And apparently these are childhood friends. Their father recently was Frank Castile. He died. And there's 4 boys. They go to the penthouse to meet with Drew, Cain, and Lorenzo.
Now, real quick, to touch on the new guys that Kane's bringing in that were his friends when he was younger. Was their dad the guy that Monet killed?
I believe she killed them. I can't remember what it was about. And then his widow, that wife,
came in last
she
episode.
came,
So now her kids are visiting with...
Yes.
Yeah.
That's right. And it's so funny because this is the night after the Connect was killed. And they're like, how did you know our Connect was killed? You had something to do with it. He goes, no, he didn't. We heard it was the white guy. Yeah. And it wasn't us. We're black. And that was Lorenzo who put it out there that he heard it off the street that was a white white guy. So they accept the new job, unity to working together, and they leave. Drew leaves, and then it's Cain and Lorenzo. And Lorenzo's trying to leave, and Cain's pretty much saying, "Not so quick, pops," because what did he say? What did he
had to move more weight or something, so he made Lorenzo do it.
Oh, he had said a sly remark that Cain didn't like. Somehow, somewhere, he made a sly remark about Cain. Maybe he didn't.
Oh, he said, Lorenzo said during the talk with the guys something about, oh, he's the dumb kid.
Something like that.
Something blah blah.
He made it.
Cain didn't like it.
He didn't like it. Right, well. So since Cain is playing the daddy role, he told his dad he got to go move more weight. That's his punishment.
If only he knew how that was hurting him in the long run.
Right. So the next thing we have Cooper Saxe and Davis. They're talking, and Cooper lets him know Davis is mad that he met with his brother. And Cooper tells him, pretty much, I know that's your brother. I know you committed this crime that your brother's serving time for. And Davis tells him, you know what? I had to. They made me. He was 21 years old when this crime was committed. And he was on his way to Columbia Law. And so they didn't want him to lose this opportunity. So the brother's doing the time. But now he's sitting in jail sick, and they need to get him out for the trial. So, and then Cooper is saying, why didn't you get this case thrown out, based on the evidence, the cop, you know how the cops do, always messing with the evidence, convicting innocent people. So Saxe, for whatever reason, is going to do it. He's going to expose the cops. It looks like an easy, I don't know why he didn't pay for a great lawyer to do this before now, if it was so easy to do. You have the money to buy a lawyer to get your brother out of jail.
Yeah.
Okay. So Diana is with her TA in her dorm room kissing. And then her dad comes.
No. It's the TA dude from the ethics class.
Yes. He's now kissing Diane. He likes her. He already told her he likes her. And the dad busts in with a bag of money I think it was a bag of drugs, it had to be a bag of drugs. Mm-hmm. It's a bag of drugs that Cain gave him. He has to offload. And just how did you know your dad was going to need to be punished that you had the drugs sitting right there when
perfect amount?
Yeah. So he's basically taking the drugs to Diane to have her sell in college. He needs her help. She knows she doesn't want to do it. He really doesn't want her to do it, but she could be killed if she doesn't do it, because she needs to move all this money, or not just her. All this product needs to be moved. Money needs to be generated for Noma. Okay. So Monet is talking to Davis, and he lets her know that Whitman is now on desk duty. I guess she was calling to complain because he's sitting outside her bar, surveilling, doing surveillance of her and her bar, her whereabouts. So they said just keep.
I thought it was at her house.
Was it her house or at her
It was her
bar?
house.
I thought she was at her bar.
It looked more residential.
But she's being watched. So they're gonna keep track of that for their harassment claim. There's proof he's harassing her. So we see Brayden and Tariq and Effie in the warehouse. They ordered their cups, no caps, all frap. They're coffee cups that they're going to be doing business in. And basically, on these coffee cups, at the bottom, you screw it. You can, I guess, screw it, unscrew it, and put your drugs in there. So that's how they're going to deliver. And that's really smart because all the people that drink coffee, no one's the wiser when somebody runs in with all their coffee orders, right?
All caffeined up.
All caffeine.
Or in this case, something else.
So, Brayden gets a text from Kane. So he leaves them. He goes out there to the water, and he's sitting there, sitting on a bench waiting. And Kane comes up behind with a gun to his head.
Dressed in all black. I don't know how Brayden didn't see Kane from no matter where Kane was. It's broad daylight. I don't see how he can miss this guy in all black. It's impossible. So
he tells him, I told you to kill the Connect, not Tariq. And he's swearing up and down it wasn't Tariq. It wasn't Tariq. Tariq wasn't there. He goes, you didn't kill that person. And who else did he not kill? Oh, you didn't kill the, wasn't he supposed to kill Nick?
Or, yeah, he didn't kill the trainer dude. And he didn't kill Lauren.
So he goes, how do I know that Snitch Bitch is dead? Snitch Bitch is Lauren. And he goes, you saw it on TV. He goes, Kane told Brayden, you owe me a body. And that was the end of the episode.
I don't know what's up with this Kane and Brayden situation. It's looking pretty bad.
Oh, after that, I guess Kane is going to call Effie. I wonder if he's going to check with her to see if she killed Lauren. And that was the end. Interesting. Didn't give a lot this episode, I didn't think. A lot of drama. But they set it up for a lot of drama to unfold in the next couple of episodes. I can see where they're going with that. Okay.
Pretty decent episode. Not the best, not the worst.
Yeah.
Just mediocre.
Still going pretty fast.
I think Kane needs to be careful this season.
He has a big head on him. He thinks he's running a little drug empire, but doesn't make you smart, You might get yourself killed. Okay. Well, that's it for now. Thank you for staying to the end. Please like the video and subscribe to the channel. We would really appreciate it, and we thank you in advance. But we got to go because we got
living to do.
Bye.